Hello everybody and welcome back. I'm really excited to share with you a new portable label maker that I have been sent. The company PRT contacted me and said that they are a company on Amazon and would I be interested in receiving one of their portable label makers to use in my crafts and to create a video to show you guys. So I had a little look on Amazon at their printer, looked at the reviews, looked at the type of printer it was, just to see if it would be of any use to me. And actually, yeah, I thought I would give it a go. I do like to use different label makers for a variety of different things. First of all, obviously labelling things. And I'll show some pictures on the screen of things that I label around my craft room. So I take my dies and stamps out of their packaging, so I have them then categorised by theme. My stickers I've organised as well by theme or type, so they're labelled, and I like to use them in my craft projects as well. So I've used them on specimen cards, I've used them on the project that I did for Rach and Bella Crafts when it was the Christmas collaboration. So I do like to use different label makers. So just as a little bit of a comparison to kind of show you what I already have. So on the Rach and Bella collaboration that I did for Christmas, I used this one, which has this tape, and what it does is it embosses it. So it's not a printer, but it embosses the tape, and then you can stick it and attach it to your craft. So I have this one. Now this was super cheap. And it's okay, it's not great, you can't always necessarily see the embossed letters, but obviously because I tend to do a vintage style, the fact that you can't read it perfectly doesn't bother me because it just kind of adds to the vintage style. But yeah, I have this label maker, which I do like using in my projects. I think it gives a really good effect, but like I said, it's not always clear. But then this was a cheap one. I know you can buy more expensive models out there. My next printer that I have is a mini Perry Page printer. So this one looks a little bit like a teddy bear, and if I just get it out of the box then I can show you. So just as a comparison to this one that I've got, so they're a very similar size looking at them from the front. However, as soon as you turn them to the side, you can see that the Perry Page printer is a lot thicker, but it's because of the type of rolls that it takes. So this is the paper that it has. So this prints bigger and wider rolls. So it's almost like a receipt tape. That's kind of what the paper looks like. And I have this in sticker form and I have it just as paper as well, but these are great for, again, craft projects, especially if you're doing like little journaling thing. You can have like little notes. You can even create on the app for this, little to-do list, things like that. So this is great for that. However, creating the labels that you would have seen in the pictures, this isn't really useful for. So it's great for certain things, but not really for labelling and using on, like I said, I like to use them for like specimen cards and things like that. So after getting my Perry Page printer, I then bought one of these. This is a Dynamo, and this is the thinner tape. So if I open up the top, you can see, if I just pull this out, so this is a thinner tape, and this is actually what I used to label the different bits and pieces that you would have seen in the photos at the beginning. This is great, but it does have the keypad, which gets a little bit, because you have to really sort of press the buttons to be able to do it. You have to fiddle around in the settings and try and find the right icons and things like that. So I mean, I say it's long-winded. It's still reasonably quick, but it is long-winded sometimes trying to get uppercase, lowercase, that kind of a thing, which is why I quite like the digital ones, just like my Perry Page. I like the fact that I can have it in an app on my phone because I find that easier to navigate. But I do like this new printer because, like this one, it is those thin tapes. So if I show you inside this one, so you just lift it up and pull the front off, and you can see the tape's already in there. As I said, I have already had a play, so it is all set up. When this first came, this tape was wrapped up. It was still inside, but it was wrapped up, so I had to take it off. And it also came with some sort of pre-printed text that kind of tells you the model number, that kind of a thing, and that was in here. So if you are buying one, make sure you remove all of that before you start printing. But it does come with a roll of white tape. Now they do have other types of tape, and I will actually show you the Amazon page. So this is the product then on Amazon. So as you can see, you can buy coloured tape, which is what they show in the picture. You can also get ones that have sort of smaller labels. So you just get like a little bit that has the colour on, and then you just print on those. It shows you that you obviously use an app for it, which, like I said, I really like because it's just easier, I think, to navigate and to sort of change your settings. As you can see, these are the different patterns. Now, I will say this particular printer, and I don't know if it is just this one because there are other printers made by PRT, but this one does not print in colour. So when you kind of look at these labels, you think, oh, lovely, I can have different colours. I can't print on colour with this. So I don't know whether these are the sticker patterns already on the paper before you put it in and print, or if there is another printer within the PRT family that prints in colour. So I'm not sure about that, but like they said, lighter and smaller. It is one of my smaller printers that I have. You don't have those keyboards, which is what I say I kind of find frustrating with the Dynamo. I do prefer an app. It is incredibly easy to connect, and I'll show you that again in a moment. And again, you can use it in various ways. So obviously they're labelling different things. I do like to use labels in my craft room just because it's easier to locate things, but I also like to use them in my crafts. It's also available in different colours. So you can get white, you can get green, and you can get pink. It does connect via Bluetooth. I believe there's different promotions and things on that you can get. But yeah, I think it's a really great printer, and as you can see, it's almost 5 stars reviews, and they've got 1,921 reviews on here, and it's 4.3 stars. So I think that tells you really a pretty good printer. Right, to show you the app, I had to put it on my iPad only because I'm using my phone for recording, so I obviously couldn't do it on there. Just going to get rid of that tip. So as I said, I've got the Qutie selected because that's what I've got, but there are other models. So when you first kind of open up the app, it will ask you what model you have, and then these are the different types of papers. So you have the continuous paper, which is what I have, and as you can see, you can possibly buy that in different colours. I just obviously have the white, and then you have what's called the gap paper, and that's what I was talking about, where you kind of get almost a little coloured sticker, and then you print within that sticker part, and then what you can do is scan in the type of paper that you have. So the roll that's inside here would have had a little QR code on, and I would have imagined that's for the gap paper. So once you scan it in, it kind of gives you the template, so you know that whatever you're printing fits within that little space. So I think it's quite clever in that respect. So obviously we're using continuous paper, so I'm going to put the continuous paper on, and then it's just typing in really whatever it is that you want to do. So it's giving you the height of the paper, and then you can obviously add text, you can add an image, you can have speech bubbles. If I kind of like show you, so we've got a speech bubble here, and then you can maybe, I don't know, add some text. Oh no, actually we want the text in here, don't we? So double click to modify, so you just double click on it and then you kind of type whatever you like. But I like that this is easier to navigate than my keyboard on my Dynamo. So we'll just stick with hello for now, shall we? Have a little exclamation mark. Okay, and it will shrink it down. You obviously can enlarge it, and then obviously center it if you want to center it, and kind of do whatever it is you want to do with it. You can also add different stickers, so it will always show you what's recently used, but there are so many different things. So Year of the Rabbit, so it's obviously got what's most popular. They've got different festivals, so lots of Christmassy ones in there, and it just, yeah, keeps on loading. You've got different frames that you can use, and I know you can't really see it too well on the video, but you've got different sort of daily necessities. So This will be great if you're labelling things in your bathroom, because you've got soaps, toothpastes, toilet rolls, that kind of a thing. So lots of things. And then you've got different icons. You've got different cats, flowers, people's faces. So you can have a really good play around with this, I think. You can also do some graffiti. Now this is again where I think there must be a colour option and a different printer, because you have got different colour options and you can add whatever you want to do on here, and it actually has it in green, but when I print it, it won't come out in green, but I will sort of show you that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this to this side so you can't see the ring light. So on here, you just press and hold the on button, and then you can see a little green light comes on. That's it switched on. I'm going to click print. It's going to show me how it's going to look. You can pick the mode, so you can have image and text, you can have pure text, which is obviously what it currently goes on. It also goes on standard. You obviously can select your print density, so if you want it light, medium or dark. I just always go for standard, it's just much easier, and how many copies you want. So you click print and out it comes, and it comes out really, really quickly as well. So, and then you just push up this slider and that chops it off for you. And then you can see I've got my hello and my hi that's handwritten, but as you can see it's not green anymore, it's black and white. So yeah, I thought quite a fun little printer. I'm just going to go back to this bit and get rid of these. Just to show you a couple of other examples that I did. So as I said, that's what came inside the kind of ticker tape, and it just has like the serial number and all that kind of stuff of your printer. But then I started playing around with different fonts. So again, I did my kind of little hi bubble, non-stop Papercrafts. They've got a variety of different fonts, so that's kind of what I was playing with, the fonts and the different sizes, which again I quite like, because for different projects you might want different fonts. So I thought we'd have a little go at decorating a couple of bits. So I've got these three. So I've got 2 pen holders that I recently made as part of a challenge in my Facebook group, Non-Stop Papercrafts. So I thought we might be able to add some words to those, or some numbers. And then I've got a specimen slide that I've made for my Buzz into Spring project that I'm making. So again, I thought I might add something to that. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to add a text. And I think I'm going to do my specimen slide first. So I'm going to write bee, I think, in there, or honey actually. Let's have honey, because I've got a nice honey jar on there. I'm going to click OK. You can resize it that way, or you've got a slider down here to kind of resize. So I'm going to go over there. I do kind of want it in the middle. Well, I know it doesn't really matter, because obviously it will just cut it off where it needs to be. Let's maybe change the font. Center, that's what I wanted. Line spacing we don't really need. Okay, then you've got your different fonts, so you can then scroll through and then obviously just click on it to see how it looks. Obviously the first time you're using them, it will need to download them. I'm just going to quickly flick through and see which one I quite like. So they've got some quite fun ones. That's quite fancy. But yeah, some of these are taking some time, only because, like I said, I've not used them yet, so it's obviously got to download them. Okay, so they've got some really cool ones on there. So I think I'm just going to go back to the beginning, because there's one that I liked. Was it that one? Yeah, I think I might just go for that one. I think I quite like that. I think I might just shrink it down slightly, because I might need to trim my label a little bit, because if I'm using it for my specimen slide, obviously my specimen slide isn't particularly huge. So I'm going to shrink it down slightly. I think that'll do. So I'm going to press print. Again, I'm just going to keep it on standard. You could obviously change things around. I'm going to keep it on standard. And and it's printed it out for me. And one thing I do really love about these tapes, and it's similar actually to my dynamo, so on the back there is, and I know you can't probably see it on the camera, but there is a split down the middle. I am awful at trying to get the backs off of stickers, but this just makes it so easy because it does have that split down the middle. So yeah, I really, really like that. So this is my tape, and I'm just checking. So it's quite wide for this particular thing, so I am going to trim it down slightly. So I'm just going to make it a little bit narrower. I am using scissors. I'm going to be brave, even though I don't cut particularly straight. That wasn't too bad. Okay, so that's going to go on there. I am just going to give it a little bit of an ink. Okay, and as I said, I like that I've got that split at the back because it helps me peel it off nice and quick and easy. So I just take those off, and then I can put it on the bottom of my project. Okay, and there it is. So it says honey, and I've got my honey jar on the other side. Okay, so that's one way that we could use them. Right, let's have a look, because I've got these two as well. Now I've got my bee, and I've got a clock, and I've got the honeycomb. So let's maybe change one of these. Let's go back. And let's think. So we've got the young girl reaching up to the flowers, haven't we? So I might just have that as Flora. I think that size of text was quite nice actually, so I think I might keep it the same. So yeah, I'm going to print that one, or do I want a different style maybe? Let's play around a little bit. Okay, that one's not too bad. We'll go with that one, I think. So I'm going to print that one. Again, just keeping it standard and printing. And again, it just is so quick, and that's one thing I really, really love. So again, I'm just going to trim it down a little bit because I don't need it quite so wide, but I also don't need it quite so tall. So I know I've made that really tiny, but again, having that split on the back just makes it really easy to then peel it off. And that's going to go on here on my Flora. Just turning it upside down just because it's easier to line up then. Set the middle. I need to move that over just slightly. That'll do. Okay, so then we've got Flora. So I really like that. So that's one of my pen holders. Right, then we've got this one with the bee. So I think I'm just going to have the word buzz, because the kit is called Buzz into Spring. So I think I might just go with buzz. And I still like that font actually, so I might go with that one again. So I'm going to print. Really love how quick that is. Really love how quick that is. And again, I'm just going to trim it down. Okay, I am going to give that just a slight ink along the edges. Again, using that nice split to make it easy to peel off the back. Because if any of you have watched me working with stickers before, I spend what feels like a lifetime trying to pick off that backing paper, but these are so simple. And there we go. So we've got Buzz, we've got Flora, and even though they're the same font, because obviously the words are different, it does actually look like it is a different font. And then we've got Honey on that one. So 3 really cool projects, really quick and easy to print, really quick and easy to kind of adapt and change. I'll show you a couple with, oh, I don't want to go completely out. Let's have a look at some images. Oh, that's when you actually add your camera. I don't want to do that. No, let's go back. So you can add your own images. I'm not going to do that. Let's add, oh, not now. Let's go to a sticker. Year of the Rabbit. Let's pop in a cute little bunny since we're coming up to Easter. That's cute. I like that one. We can have that bunny. What else have we got? They've got some really cool Christmassy ones. Love the Christmas jumper. But just more keep loading, like when you kind of like lift up, you get more and more. These all seem to be Christmas at the moment. It says festival. So I assume, oh no, we've got pencils, we've got other things coming up now. We've got a little flower, I think that's supposed to be. Some little toadstools. Oh, some craft scissors. Let's have some craft scissors. What else have we got? Anything else? See, these are quite pretty. You've got like some little frames and things in there. But yeah, it just keeps going on and on and on. Okay, well, we'll go with those. And then we've got some fun frames as well. So let's maybe include one of those. Let's go with that one. Right, I'm going to print that just so we can kind of have a little look. Print. Again, I'm not going to fuss around. I'm just going to keep it as standard. And it's printing really quickly. Okay, and there we have it. So we've got a little drinks cup and a croissant. Obviously, if I was doing this properly, I would resize that so it fills up the tape a little bit more, and then you can actually pop a little word in there. Oh, the little scissors are quite cute, and so is the bunny. But yeah, you can see the quality of the printing is really good. It doesn't look pixelated or anything. It's really, really nice. And I like the fact that the ink's obviously really quite dry, because it's not a printer where you have to replace the ink or anything, so it doesn't come with any ink cartridges. That's not an extra expense. From purchasing the label printer, the only thing that you would ever have to purchase then are your different tapes that you might want. Well, I'm going to have a very quick tidy up, and then I can go through all of the different bits and pieces that I've used this printer for, and we can have our final thoughts on it. Okay, so just a quick recap then. This is the PRT label printer. It's the Qutie version. It is portable. It does come with, like I said, a roll of tape with this one. You can buy different bundles. You do get a charging cable with it. You do get a little lanyard with it, so it's easy to sort of carry around. You do get an instruction booklet which tells you how to switch it on, how to change your different tapes, where to download the app, and charging it and that kind of a thing. And yeah, I'm really happy with this printer. The quality is really good. I love the fact that I've got a range of different fonts. I can play around with different pictures and things. They look really great on my projects. I have got actually some little drawers that I want to add some labels on, so I think I might have some fun with this and play around as well, and maybe use this label printer to be able to do those. But yeah, I really like how these print. I think for me the only thing was that I thought it might print in colour, especially when it let you kind of do your own graffiti and you could change the colours. But as I said, it might just be that this particular printer doesn't print in colours, but one of the others might do. Well, thank you very much, PRT, for sending me this printer. I'm, as I say, very happy with it. I think it prints and works really, really well. Really easy to connect up to your phone, or in my case, the iPad. And I think the app works really well as well. The Amazon link for this printer will be down below in the description if you want to go and take a look yourself. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I hope you have a wonderful crafty day. Bye for now.